to Chubby Pug Yarn Podcast. My name is Emma and I'm the host, and I'm filming directly from my living room in Hamar, Norway. So welcome if you're new, and welcome back if you're a returning viewer. So now it's been almost a week since I recorded, and today it's Sunday, the 4th of December. So yeah, hopefully I'm back on track with the recording. I have stolen the husband's phone, so hopefully I can record with this until I can arrange something better. So yeah, it has been a quite calm week for me. I have been home sick early in the week, and I'm still feeling a little bit under the weather, but it's okay. So, but I have been doing some crafty things, so I better just jump right to it, I think. So I have one finished object, which I talked about last week. So here are the shorts I finished. Myke Diamanter is the pattern. So now you can really see the sparkle. So it's knitted in Du Store Alpaca. It's a Norwegian yarn company, and the yarn quality is sterk. So alpaca, wool and nylon. And so I knitted it one strand of sterk and one strand of glittery sewing thread. So this is the size 6 months to a year, and you have this diamond patterning on the side of the legs. I knitted it with a 3mm needle for the ribbing, and a 3.5mm for the rest of the shorts. And this strand I knitted on my knitting mill, and I do love using it. It's so handy. It's one of those little mills, so you pull the yarn through and you have 4 hooks in it, and you just turn it and you make one of these I-cord strands. So yeah, it's really nice, and I'm glad I am finished with them. So yeah, that's the only finished object. And I have done some progress on one thing you have seen before, and then I have some new cast-ons. So I will start with the progress on my building blocks shawl, the Stephen West knit along for this year. So I decided to knit the larger size. So last time you saw it, I was at this yellow strand. So I have knitted halfway through the last segment in week 3. So there's quite a lot of stitches. It's 520 stitches on one row. So this takes quite a long time at the moment, but I'm taking one row here and one row there, and slowly it gets bigger. So I do love the colors on this, and I'm really motivated to finish this before New Year's and Christmas and everything. But I can absolutely think I can knit on this in my Christmas or holidays. If I'm not finished, it's totally alright to be at my parents' and knit on this. But I do want it to be finished, so at the New Year's I can cast on new things. I want to finish this so it won't become a UFO, because that's a risk when the rows are long and it feels like you aren't doing any progress. It's much easier to put it away and do something else. So my goal is to finish this by New Year's. So yeah, a couple of centimeters at least. So yeah, that's moving along. And to keep order, I will put it back in the bag. And then I have some new things to show you. So you have seen one of my favorite big bags. Bird leg bags with a skeleton on it. And this autumn, I haven't shown it since I forgot last time, but I got a new project bag. So one of my new projects are in the new bag. So I can show the bag first. This is the new one. So this is bird leg bags, and this is the even larger size. So this is the sweater size bag. And since it's a sweater bag, I have a sweater in here. So now Mr. Skellington has a girlfriend. And I do love the stripy inside fabric and her details, straps and coordinating fabric at the zipper, and it's just really good quality, and I do love her bags. So yay! It's so nice. And in here I have a new knitting. So this is going to, let's see, I just need to untangle. So this is going to be a sweater from Pickles Designs, or Pickles, the yarn shop in Oslo, which I have been talking about on and off as long as I have been podcasting. They are based in Oslo. So this is how far I have gotten on their design called Dean Sweater. So it's a beautiful, beautiful red color. And I'm knitting it on quite thick needles. So this is Symphony needles, 7mm. And I'm using 2 strands of a Pickles yarn. So this is Pickles Cozy. So it's alpaca, merino and polyamide. And it doesn't say the color name on here. But yeah, alpaca merino, really, really soft. So it's a 1-ply and really, really soft, but quite strong. So if I compare it to the Brooklyn Tweed Shelter, which is also 1 strand unplied, it easily breaks when you try to like sew pieces together, but this one it's stronger, and it's a real pleasure to knit with it. And since it's on quite thick needles, it's really, really nice. So the fabric is really, really lovely. So I bet this one will be really, really warm, and I think it will be nice. So this is a gift that I hope I will finish by Christmas. So yeah, knitting away as soon as I have time. I can say that I have never thought about if I'm a kind of person that change my knitting projects based on season, but I have found now lately that I'm in deep need of instant gratification. I knit on bigger needles this winter than I usually do the rest of the year. I preferably my comfortable needle size is somewhere between 3.75, depending on what I'm knitting. Smaller for socks, but like when I'm knitting baby clothing and shawls and that kind of stuff, somewhere between 3 and 4 millimeters are like the comfortable size I often use. And I do like to have thinner things sometimes, and sometimes in the bigger end. But this season I have been casting on and knitting on bigger needles. So the next new project is also pickles, and it's a design they have had for a long time, but now I had a colorway in mind that I wanted to try out. I wasn't sure about like how the representative the color was on my computer screen, and I didn't want to order like yarn quantities for a grown-up size, so I decided to knit a children's size first to try it out and try the yarn, because I have never knitted with this yarn before, so I could try out the yarn and see how the colorway was. And yeah, so the design is Lille Vinterseilgenser, so I have noted the English one to Winter Sailor Sweater Junior. So this is how far I've gotten. Actually, I cast this on yesterday. I had a knitting night with my friends, so we had some really traditional Norwegian food I have never eaten before. Pinnekjøtt. So it's lamb meat on the bone. That they have dried it, I think, before, and then you cook it for several hours. And I have never tried it. It was really delicious. And then we had riskrem for dessert, which I have never tried before either. So it's like what do you say? In Scandinavia we eat what we often call like a Christmas porridge, or like Santa Claus porridge, we say, if I translate it, tomtegrøt. You have this special kind of I don't know if you can say rice, but it's a white grain that looks like rice, but you cook it with milk and make a porridge that we mostly eat on winter, and especially in Christmas time. And with the leftovers you can mix it with whipped cream. So in Norwegian they have quite a lot of cream, and they call it riskrem, which is rice cream, if I translate it. So it's this Christmas porridge with whipped cream. And in Sweden we often have less whipped cream, but we have a little bit of whipped cream, and then we put in oranges or something in it and call it ris alla malta. So now you got some yeah, so it was a very traditional Norwegian food, and it was really delicious, and I had a really good time with my friends. And since I knew we were going to sit and knit for some time, I wanted to cast on something new, so this was the thing I casted on yesterday. So this is the 1 to 2 year size, and the yarn is Pickles yarn that is called Tweedy. So this is one of the colors. It's a burnt orangey color, which I'm using as the main color. I think it's called bronze, so bronze color. And as a stripe color I use this gray. So this is quite thick yarn as well. So I'm knitting it on 4.5 for ribbing and 5.5 millimeter for the body. And it's, oh, these Tweedy specs, they are so lovely. They are really awesome. So this is yes, I'm just cruising away. I have strands for the sleeves, so I'm just knitting the body. And I love how it feels rustic, but not scratchy. So I can't wait to see how it will be when I wash it and block it. but I just need to knit it first. But anyways, so the last knitting thing, is an Advent mystery knit along with California podcast. She's having a mystery sock knit along. So she have released 3 clues so far, and if you're participating and don't want to see how it looks, you can look away, but I bet that those of you who are following California podcast or follow her Pia on Instagram, you have seen this. So here is my progress so far. So this is a first for me, since I'm knitting on 2.0 millimeter. This is Sings. I got this on this Syfestivalen in Gothenburg. My preferred size for socks have changed. When I started knitted socks, I was knitting it on 2.5, and then I always had a problem with getting the socks to fit really well, and I always felt like the socks were too thin, so I went down to 2.25. And I have been using 2.25 for quite a long time, but now I got myself some 2.0. So I think this is size 0s in the US. It's 2 millimeters. But anyways, so the first clue was just the cuff, and then the pattern on the foot is the second clue, and I have started the third clue, which is the heel flap. So this is also a challenge, but it's really fun because you are knitting 2 colors on both right and wrong side. So you are knitting the patterning on both the right and wrong side. And I have never done it before. I have always knitted color work in the round, but it's just a heel flap, so it moves slowly, but I think it will turn out really good. So interesting to see how the color work when I knit like in the round, the color work always snugs up more than regular one color stockinette. So I'm curious about how this the gauge will change when I'm knitting with 2 colors, both knit wise and purl wise. So yeah, I'm almost a third of the heel flap. On the first sock, I'm only knitting one at a time. I have been thinking about trying to catch up and knit the second one consecutively. You say that? At the same time, or after the other, but now I have so much other things I want to knit, so I think I will knit this one first and then knit the other one during the Christmas holidays. So yeah, that's all the knitting things. So I have one sewing thing, which is not the same thing that I had last week. The overall is still laying and waiting, but I have started to sew this one. So this pattern I got for free at a Facebook group, a Swedish Facebook group, Vi Sytokia, and there's a lovely woman who designed this hat, or combined hat and neck thingy. I'm not sure what to call it. So as you can see, I have not finished it in this edge yet. So it's a petrol jersey on the inside and this amazingly cute bulldog fabric on the outside. So the bulldog fabric, I'm not sure who is the designer, but I got it from a Norwegian fabric shop called Olivia's. So this is supposed to... Oh, dropped a needle. This is supposed to fit children at least up to 2 or 3 years old. So the thing I have left is to sew around this edge with some ribbed fabric, which will be in this mint colorway if I can find any of it. So it was really quick. I was listening to the Swedish Stickpodden, a lovely audio podcast in Swedish. They recorded quite a lot some years ago, and now they both have gotten kids, and they released one episode last December, and now they had released another one, so I was listening along and sewing on this. So this is to keep your face warm, or not your face, but keep your head warm and your neck warm, and avoiding like getting snow inside your winter clothing when you're out playing. So I'm definitely going to sew more of this because it was a lot of fun. Or maybe I shouldn't say more until I have tried to do this edging, because the edging with the ribbed knitting is the hardest thing, I believe, and I haven't done it so much, and I haven't been so successful before, so we'll see. So yeah, that's all the crafty things, but I just wanted to say that now that it's winter time, I can see that my lighting is getting worse and worse as the sun goes down. It's like 2:30 in the afternoon, and it's starting to get dark. But anyways, now when it's the winter and holidays are moving here very quickly, I do have one knitting desire that I just wanted to talk to you about briefly. There's a pair of mittens I do want to cast on when I have time for it, which probably won't be until holidays or next year. But Pia, who has the California podcast, have released several beautiful patterns this autumn. Longing for Gotland socks, and Lisa is the mittens that I want to talk about. And she also have designed this beautiful cowl. So check her patterns out on Ravelry and check out her podcast. It's really lovely. It's in Swedish, but they have English subtitles. But the mittens are called Shine in English, and they are so beautiful. I really badly want to knit a pair for myself. I haven't decided on what yarn to use, but yeah, maybe that will be a treat when I have finished some of the objects I'm working on now, since right now I have quite a lot of objects on the go. So yeah, check out those mittens and all her other patterns on Ravelry. They're really nice. In other news, there's not so much things happening. Yeah, I went to my friends and we had a lovely time yesterday knitting away, so that was really great. And since this autumn I have also been to the cinema twice. I forgot to talk about it last time, but I have been to the cinema, and first I saw Doctor Strange, and I really loved it. I'm not like, I haven't grown up with Marvel or comics or anything, but now as an adult I love watching the movies, and yeah, and Benedict Cumberbatch, do I need to say anything else? Yeah, he is such a great actor, and yeah, I love the Sherlock interpretation he has done, and he did a really good job in the movie. So if you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend it. Come on, Fons. Hey! The other movie I have been seeing is, or watched at the cinema, was Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. And it was amazing. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, and really wanted to go, so Thea and my friend and I, we went. Now he's going to the kitchen. We went to the cinema and watched the movie, and it was amazing. It was nothing to do with Harry Potter. It was just in the same universe, and I thought it was great. They had really nice interpretation, and I did love the pug and the niffler that met in a bank. I don't want to spoil anything else, but a niffler met a pug. It was so cute. So I definitely could think about watching that again sometime. Alphonse just wanted to say hello. He has been sleeping all afternoon. And actually, today it has been 5 years he has been living with me. So that's a big thing. Yes. So he's probably getting an extra treat today. So that's all for this week, and I hope we can talk again next week. Take care and hope you will have some really nice knitting time. Until next time. Bye. Have a nice